Hey everyone, Beeblebum here, and I'm here today with 10 things which could improve No Man's Sky. So hello games, if you're watching, I hope you're taking notes. If you're familiar with the main screen, you might notice a little difference. Indeed, we do not have an option menu on the main screen, so it's not possible to set up your game before you load up a save. This is quite annoying if you need to enable or disable multiplayer, adjust the game's volume and more. Adding the basics option button in the main menu should solve that. So let's load up the game and see what else could be improved upon. Since the Desolation update, Hello Games added two new techniques which are bloom lighting and advanced lens flare. Both these visual effects are simply amazing and bring much more life and vibrancy to the game, especially for photo mode and cinematic purposes. However, as you can see here on this planet, the light fissures are simply just overkill. Now the opinions about this are quite divided, so it might be nice to let the player decide for themselves. An extra slider in the video menu for bloom intensity might just solve that. By the way, while we are talking about the photo mode, would it not be nice to have an option to enable animation? Currently you are stuck with still images, and animated photo mode is only possible when other players are nearby. Adding the animation would improve so much of my footage and content, be it tutorials or base tours. As it is active during multiplayer sessions, it should be quite simple to add an option to enable this in single player. Okay, the remaining suggestions are aimed at base building, and what do you expect? I am a base builder after all. So let's start off with the one that has been bugging me for quite some time now. Why do we still not have a counter for base parts while building? It is clear the game keeps count of our base, otherwise there would be no way to keep track of our limits. I expect it should be not a big issue to implement the already recorded count into the information screen. That way it would be so much easier to plan ahead and build accordingly. And talking about the build counter, what's up with the 200 parts Master Architect title? I mean seriously, this is what the 200 part build looks like. I'm sure we could find something more worthy of a Master Architect title. What about 4096 parts? By the way, 4069 is actually the product of 16-16-16. Next idea is concerning multiplayer building. While this is major fun, building in multiplayer is still quite a challenge. Apart from the disappearing parts, organizing a co-op build with a friend on the other side of the planet is one of those challenges. So what about adding an option to allow friends to build on your base when you are offline? For example, why not insert the possibility to add friend codes to a particular base computer, even if it's just limited to 4 friends. Did you ever build the low orbit base a little bit too high and it disappeared on you? Haven't we all? Or perhaps you are in the middle of a new build and you just hit the overall base limit. These are just two examples where it would be nice to manage your bases remotely. While it does not need to be from the construction research terminal, it would be nice to manage your bases from a remote location. As glitch builders, not every part we are using has a practical use. Sometimes we simply use it for decoration. This has as a result our builds are sometimes riddled with those pesky electrical symbols. How can we get rid of those? You might say power them up. Sadly, mining extractors make a hell of a noise and shake your screen when powered up. Not something you always want to happen. So why not link the electrical symbols with the build camera? As soon as you go into build camera, unpowered devices show the electrical symbols, but once you're out of it, the symbols disappear again. We already received the wire cloaking device, and I'm pretty sure with some extra lines of programming, those symbols could be a time of the past. And how about not leaving us in the dark anymore? Building by night is always a bit of a hassle and very difficult to use as footage during tutorials. I would like to see either a torch linked to the build camera or the possibility to adjust the position of the sun during building, similar to adjusting the sun's position in photo mode. This would definitely improve visibility and precision during building. And last but not least, for Atlas' sake, up and down on the build camera. So I'm not entirely sure which buttons would be perfect for this, but some of the buttons currently in use while in build camera are not that useful. For example, pinning the recipe or using your jetpack. Both these buttons could be used as the controls for up and down, or perhaps a combination of buttons, pressing for example the square button and then press up and down on the D-pad. Oh, and this just popped in my mind. Using the touchpad on the PS4 to make minuscule adjustment. Ooh, that would be nice. And these are 10.5 suggestions I think could improve No Man's Sky just a little bit. Let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for Hello Games, and of course send them also to Zendesk. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to check out some of my other content, as there is a lot you'll probably enjoy as well. Other than that, this was Beeblebum, and you have been watching 10 Things to Improve No Man's Sky. Goodbye for now.